Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moments. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH The Flame Emperor Part 23 based on novel. So let's start. When Murray heard the loud voice, his brows sank slightly. After all, this is the Yu family, and it is the home of others, so they have to lower their posture. At the moment when time stagnated, Mueller felt a hand pulling on the corner of his clothes, and then left next to his father who was just now, and the picture of Xiao Yang and the others appeared in his eyes. Mueller is also a person who is greedy for life and fears death. The strength of his mere 3-star fighting emperor is in the hands of this Yu. Although he was extremely frightened in his heart, he didn't dare to speak out, for fear that if he accidentally made the head of the Yu family unhappy, if he gave him a slap, he would end up. Old Yu man, don't be mad. Murray also found out that his son had left his side in an instant and was caught by Yu, and he immediately shouted. Dochi instantly enveloped the whole body, and then turned into a Dochi palm print and attacked Yu. Humph! Yu snorted coldly, and then the terrifying palm print of fighting chi was shattered out of thin air, and then, regardless of what happened to the furious Murray, he threw Murray in his hand to Xiao Yang. Let's leave it to you. Then Yu said lightly. Back then, I was kind enough to spare your life, but I didn't expect you to take revenge for your kindness now. If that's the case, then I can't blame me. Xiao Yang also looked at the terrified Mueller and said slowly. The milky white flame in Xiao Yang's hand instantly covered it, and he was about to attack Mueller just now. Father, save me! Mueller also shouted loudly, because he felt a wave of death from Xiao Yang's hand. Just when Xiao Yang was about to start, a piece of white paper wrapped in fiery red Dochi slowly rose up on Murray's palm. On the fiery red white paper, there was only the word Wu that stood out. Old Yu, do you know what this is? Murray also shouted loudly. Wuching order. Yu frowned, looking at the blank piece of paper on Murray's palm. As soon as the Wuching order came out, the idlers retreated. We are looking for Xiao Yang. Murray also spoke slowly. Damn, it's actually a martial magic order. Yu also muttered to herself. After all, he is the head of the Yu family, and many things have to be considered for the family. What is the martial city order? Xiao Yang also asked in doubt. Wuching order, in short, is a Wuching wanted order. Once someone is issued a Wuching order, then their Wuhuan people will stop at all costs. Even if you flee to the ends of the earth, you will be hunted down. Yu is also beautiful, eyes slightly wrinkled, did not expect that the people of Wucheng would be so unreasonable. Xiao Yang was stunned. Looking at the white paper on Murray's palm not far away, he also let go of the white paper he was holding in his hand, and the grudge in his body was also working at this moment to cope with the unexpected situation. Because Xiao Yang is also clear, with the character of that person in Wucheng who will be punished. If Wu Huan was not killed at the beginning, then there will definitely be today. Mueller also felt that Xiao Yang let him go, and then escaped from Xiao Yang's side as if he was fleeing from a demon, and returned to his father's side, looking at Xiao Yang with a look of schadenfreude. Baisu of the Alchemist Association shook his head, suddenly turned his head to look at Xiao Yang in the distance, and asked in confusion, what's wrong with him? Because Baisu is a pharmacist, his soul perception is much stronger than Yu, so he can perceive it very sensitively, even if Xiao Yang has just finished refining the medicine pill and consumes a lot of vindictive energy, but at this moment the grudge in his body suddenly surged up. What's wrong? Bai Ruo also felt something strange, then looked up at the few people in the sky. It's nothing, I'll help if you can help me in a while. Xiao Yang can have such strength and refining skills at such a young age. I wouldn't believe him if he didn't have a background. Shaking his head, Baisu replied casually, but his eyes were staring at Xiao Yang's back. With Baisu's strength and refining skills, he naturally sensed that Xiao Yang almost killed Wu Huan. Today, he was found by Wu Chengling. Some trouble. Apparently, President Baisu, like Yu, attributed Xiao Yang's strength, refining skills, and fire elves to the powerful forces behind Xiao Yang. In the field, when Murray's previous voice fell, the people who had watched Xiao Yang refining the imperial medicine pills fell into silence, only those eyes mixed with doubts, watching the motionless Bai. Wu characters on paper. Murray held the white paper in his hand, and then stared at the back of the thin body with a heavy ruler on his back. A faint vindictive fluctuation was brewing in the palm of his hand. As long as Xiao Yang made any move, he would immediately block it. Down. Above the quiet Yu family compound, the atmosphere was dull and strange. The silence lasted for a while, and the back like a stone sculpture finally moved slightly, and as his figure shook, Murray's eyes narrowed slowly, and his body leaned forward slightly, as if he was about to lean down. He looked at Xiao Yan like an eagle looking for his prey. Master of the Mu family, Mueller fought with me in the ruins. Although I defeated him, I didn't kill him, otherwise he wouldn't be alive and kicking. If the head of the Mu family is worried about this matter, then Xiao Yang also wants to learn something today. The southern faint voice finally broke the silence above the Yu family compound and made Murray lean forward. Slightly stiff. Countless gazes in the sky shifted again, but now, they all turned to Murray, apparently waiting to see a good show. Ha ha ha, Mu's skills are not as good as I recognize, but Xiao Yang, don't think that you can escape by pretending to be confused. What I said is not about Mu and you at all. Murray is obviously also an old fox, and he was not fooled by Xiao Yang's change of the topic. Then I don't know what Mu Patriarch said. Xiao Yang also said lightly. Under the watchful eyes of everyone, Murray slowly retracted the white paper in his hand, stared at Xiao Yang grimly, and said solemnly, I don't know if Mr. Xiao Yang has heard that a few days ago, the son of my Wuching martial family met with him in the ruins mountain range. The news of people fighting and being killed? As soon as Murray said this, all the people in Qingcheng who had come to these words suddenly murmured. Wu Huan's status in Wuching is not low, and because of his excellent cultivation talent, his relationship in Wuching is not bad. And it seems that because his father is the master of Wuching, it is rumored that he has been appointed as the next successor of Wuching. It is a pity that this scene has occurred unexpectedly now. Oh, I don't know what Mu Patriarch said. Although Xiao Yang was calm on the surface, he quickly calculated that when he dealt with Wu Huan, he could almost kill him, but because of the appearance of the Soul Clan, Wu Huan was saved. Magic, but I never thought that Wuching would come up with such a way to get rid of himself. Our law enforcement team in Wuching also went to the depths of the Warcraft Mountains to investigate, but the information was very small, only that a mysterious person with great strength appeared, and then killed Wu Huan, but the news about that mysterious person, but we don't have much news. But the place where Wu Huan died in the depths of the Warcraft Mountains is not without game. Because we found a tiny remnant of milky white flames. Murray stared at Xiao Yang, and then said. Murray's words were like thunder, and just after the words fell, countless pairs of eyes around the Yu family compound were looking at Xiao Yang. Hearing Murray's shout, you, and you are you, the faces of the pharmacists in the distance suddenly changed, and they suddenly remembered that the milky white flame was just used when Xiao Yang was refining the medicinal pill. At this moment, a shock enveloped everyone's heart. At this moment, Xiao Yang's face slowly turned gloomy. So the person who killed Wu Huan, the son of Wucheng, was you, Xiao Yang. Murray said relentlessly. Patriarch Mu is really joking. I have come to Yu's house since I came out of the ruins. Where can I go to the depths of the demonic beast mountains? Furthermore, the son of Wu Huan's dignified Wucheng must be guarded by a strong person. I am a little alchemist, and I can't help but look down on me too much. Xiao Yang also said without hesitation. The breath of milky white flames we found is exactly the same as the breath on the body. Murray had long expected that Xiao Yang would not be captured so easily, so he brought his son Muller. Muller and Xiao Yang played against each other, and immediately recognized that the milky white flame was from Xiao Yanji. Hand. At this moment, it seemed that something was sensed. Above the Yu family courtyard, the atmosphere was deadly again, and the eyes were full of horror, staring at Xiao Yang at the edge of the sky. This guy, did he really kill Wu Huan? An elder in the Yu family murmured. Not necessarily, that Wu Huan didn't die so easily, maybe he deliberately said this for revenge. The third elder's always smiling face finally became solemn at this moment. This Wuching is really a good method. Using the death of Wu Huan as an excuse, he can arrest Xiao Yang in an upright manner. Baisu of the Alchemist Association also stared at Murray in the air and said slowly. For Xiao Yang's silence, Murray's mouth overflowed with pride, and he said again, "In the ruins, you fought with my son, you used a milky white flame, and it was extremely powerful. This is what countless people have seen with their own eyes. I guess it can't be fake, right? There are many people who can use milky white flames on the Xianling continent. Could it be that these people killed Wu Huan's murderer?" Xiao Yang sneered. Although he clearly knew that this was a trap, even if Xiao Yang told the fact that Wu Huan was not dead, many people would definitely not believe it. Murray said coldly, "Others have milky white flames, but it really doesn't explain much. But according to Mua's previous statement, you have obtained a great fortune in the ruins, so the time to come out of the ruins is too late, just in time for Wu Huan. You have been retreating in the depths of the Warcraft Mountains, all of which indicate that you are the biggest suspect. And now that you have the same flame as that mysterious person, if these are all coincidences, isn't it a bit too much coincidence?" The tit-for-tat words made Xiao Yang and Murray instantly become the new protagonists above the Yu family compound. All eyes were fixed on Xiao Yang. The eyes of many people watching the excitement were mixed with a mixture of horror and consternation. They are also unbelievable that this young man is not much younger than them, not only the Emperor-grade alchemist, but also the mysterious powerhouse who killed Wu Huan. It is a well-known fact that the strength of a pharmacist is not comparable to a person who cultivates Do Qi. Patriarch Mu, I don't want to talk too much with you. If you don't have conclusive evidence, it's better not to slander at will. Although your wuching is powerful, it's not very good for your reputation to spread, and your feet are long. On me, go or stay, it's not your turn to call the shots for me." The tit-for-tat atmosphere in the field continued for a long while. Xiao Yang raised his eyes and glanced at Murray. He seemed to understand. This old guy, today made up his mind not to let him leave, and a little impatience rose in his heart now, said coldly. After speaking, Xiao Yang turned around without stopping, and fell towards the Yu family compound. "Xiao Yang, if you have any questions, please come back to Wucheng with us." Murray waved his palm and shouted coldly, "Take him." Murray's voice fell, and the dozen or so clan elites above the Yu family compound suddenly shot out a dozen white shadows. Their fighting spirits surged, and their bodies were in shape. During the movement, Xiao Yang was surrounded in an instant, without the slightest nonsense. These elites with cold faces flipped their hands, and their long swords flickered out. With a swing of the sword, more than a dozen sword shadows enveloped Xiao Yang. "Do you really think that there is no one in my Yu family in Wucheng?" The third elder sighed helplessly, and turned his eyes to Xiao Yang in the field. "Now, there is no escape." The dozen or so elites around Murray who were about to arrest Xiao Yang were also shocked by the sudden momentum. Seeing the sudden arrival of the third elder of the Yu family, Xiao Yang also thought a little. The atmosphere of death and stillness enveloped the Yu family compound. Xiao Yang was silent for a long time, and suddenly took a step forward. This step immediately made the elites of the Mu family tense up. The faint fighting spirit was faintly visible. The beginning of wafting out? I don't know what Mu family master is talking about. He slowly raised his head and glanced at the Mu family elite who were ready to attack at any time. Xiao Yang's brows were slightly wrinkled, his tense body relaxed a little, and his voice was flat. To tell the truth, he didn't want to fall out with Wucheng. This force that has been standing in the Xianling continent for so many years, its background is also not to be underestimated. However, this does not mean that Xiao Yang is afraid of them. Now Xiao Yang is not only a 3-star Do Emperor peak powerhouse, but also a first-order Emperor rank alchemist. With such identities, even Murray's level everyone should be respectful when they see it, but this is someone else's territory after all, and he doesn't want to completely tear his face until the last moment. Humph, I don't know. Hearing this, a sneer appeared on Murray's face. If you have anything to say, just follow me back. Murray also shouted. Humph. It's just nonsense. Yu was also slightly angry. This was obviously a conspiracy against Xiao Yang. At the beginning, under the soft grinding of his daughter, he promised his daughter to go to the depths of the Warcraft Mountains to pick up Xiao Yang. When the two of them reached the depths of the Warcraft Mountains, Wu Huan was beaten by Xiao Yang. He was seriously injured, but not fatal, and when the Yu took action, Wu Huan was also rescued. How come Wu Huan was killed by Xiao Yang? Ha ha ha, Patriarch Yu, don't be impatient. This is a personal grievance between the Mu family and Xiao Yang of the Wu family in Wucheng. If Patriarch Yu insists on getting involved, then the price is that the Yu family will go to war with the two of us. Murray also resounded through the sky like thunder. Ha ha ha, little friend Xiao Yang is not only the dedicated elder of my Yu family, but also has contributed greatly to my Yu family. This old man is still protected today. Yu also laughed loudly. The head of the family is unacceptable, the anger of the Mu Wu family is not something we can afford. I hope the patriarch thinks twice. When Yang Yu made a decision, and several elders in the Yu family also spoke out. Ha ha ha, then my Yu family will take such a gamble. My Yu family will protect this kid. The silent third elder remembered what Yu had said to him, and immediately shouted. Shut up, I have made up my mind, I will bear all the consequences. Yu also said while looking at everyone in the Yu family. Yueru glanced at her father, and found that her father was incomparably great at this time. Humph! Old man Yu, don't be ignorant. Take Xiao Yang down for me. Murray said in earnest. Senior doesn't need to intervene, I can solve it. Xiao Yang also said, this Yu is so helpful to him, and behind him is the Yu family. Yu can do this for Xiao Yang, and Xiao Yang he can't always help him. Others are also involved. The elites of the Mu family are selected and integrated by the elders of the family from the disciples with outstanding strength. In terms of strength, they can also be ranked around the top level of their 7 major cities, and they cooperate with each other tacitly. Usually more than a dozen people attacked. Even if their opponents were stronger than some of them, it was difficult to resist. This time they attacked Xiao Yang's more than a dozen Mu family elites. Looking at the fighting spirit covering their bodies, their strength was obviously at the level of a 3-star fighting emperor. Roll! Looking at the continuous sword shadows attacking from all directions, Xiao Yang's face turned cold, he snorted coldly, his palm suddenly grasped the handle of the ruler on his shoulder, his arm waved, and the huge ancient ruler of different fire was separated from his back again, and his toes tapped lightly. The body suddenly turned like a spinning top, spinning at a high speed in an instant, and the black giant ruler, with a powerful energy, spread out from the point of standing. Although Xiao Yang has consumed a lot of fighting qi in his body after more than 10 days of refining medicine pills, the Do-Di strong man can naturally absorb the spiritual qi between heaven and earth to replenish himself, and don't forget that Xiao Yang is a pharmacist, and he lacks everything. There is no shortage of medicinal pills to restore vindictiveness. Ding ding ding. Amidst the strong wind howling, where the figures meet, the sound of crisp metal intersecting is constantly heard. Bang! With a slight muffled sound, more than a dozen white shadows violently retreated from the place where they were fighting, and the soles of their feet slipped out of the floor for nearly a dozen meters before they stopped slowly and looked down at the broken long sword. The expressions of the Mu family's elites changed a bit. It wasn't just luck that this guy was able to defeat Mueller. Xiao Yang's face gradually turned gloomy, and he turned to stare at Murray coldly. What does the Mu family mean? Mr. Xiao Yang, before you can clear your suspicions, I'm afraid you will go back with me. This is the meaning of City Lord Wu. Murray said lightly. It seems that a war is inevitable today. Xiao Yang's eyes narrowed, and Mang flashed in his eyes slowly swept across the field, and then stopped on Murray. The palm holding the ruler handle tightened slightly, and he let out a long breath. The body is gradually relaxed down. Sensing Xiao Yang's relaxation, Murray also breathed a sigh of relief. However, just when he thought Xiao Yang was going to give up his resistance, the latter's foot suddenly stepped on the ground. With the sound of energy exploding, his body suddenly froze. It turned into a black shadow and shot towards the Mu family elites in the square. Be careful, stop him. Xiao Yang's sudden action made Murray's face turn cold, and he shouted sharply. As soon as Murray shouted, Muller on the other side was the first to move. Do-Chi surged out of his body, his feet slammed on the ground, and his body suddenly swept across most of the square like an arrow from the ground. The round palm curled up, and several sharp winds shot out. The strong wind entangled Xiao Yang's retreat, and such a fast and fierce method was indeed a powerhouse of the Mu family's seed level. Xiao Yang's brows were furrowed by the sharp energy coming from behind him, and the ancient ruler of eternal fire in his hand suddenly plunged into the ground. There are 3 laborers, Xiao Yang must be arrested today. Looking at Xiao Yang, who was soaring into the sky, Murray shouted loudly and waved his palm. Behind him, the 3 oldest white-robed old men trembled slightly, but they slowly disappeared, and when they reappeared, it was already done. The triangle shape completely blocked Xiao Yang's retreat. 3 surging fighting chi surged out from the 3 people's bodies, and the powerful oppressive force locked Xiao Yang firmly. Above the sky, the 3 white-robed old men slowly fanned their fighting chi. Because of the huge fighting chi spilling out of the ground, the surrounding space turned out to be a little illusory. The 3 4-star Do Emperor early-stage powerhouses are indeed terrifying. Looking at the powerful fighting spirit behind the 3 white-robed old men opposite, Xiao Yang's face suddenly became a little ugly. Xiao Yang, be careful, these 3 are the 3 elders of the Mu family. Although they are only the strength of the 4-star Do Emperor in the early stage, they are twin brothers, and they are not inferior to the powerhouses in the middle of the 4-star Do Emperor. Yu shouted. The sound also sounded at this moment. Xiao Yang, let's capture it without fail. If we Wucheng wronged you, we will naturally apologize to you afterwards. Although Yu leaked the secrets of their Mu family's 3 elders, she didn't take it seriously. With the combined efforts of the 3 of them, not to mention Xiao Yang is the pinnacle of a 3-star Do Emperor, even if Xiao Yang is a 4-star Do Emperor, he cannot escape. Immediately, Murray raised his head and looked at Xiao Yang coldly, as if he was winning. This matter is a personal grievance between our Wucheng and Xiao Yang. If anyone is taking action, then it is against my Wucheng, then we will not blame us. Murray also looked at the people inside and outside the Yu family courtyard viciously, obviously warning them. Father Tilda, what should we do now? Yueru also asked anxiously. In the past, my father had a dark illness and there was not much time left. Yueru ran around every day for her father to find someone who could heal his father's condition, but the love between the children was put aside. Ayu is also quite satisfied with Xiao Yang, and she hasn't met such an outstanding person for a long time, which inevitably moves the girl's heart. Who wouldn't want to find a good husband? That's why Yueru said that whoever heals her father will marry someone else. Let's wait and see what happens. Xiao Yang should have his confidence not to let us intervene. Don't worry, I will take action immediately if the situation is not right. Yu also comforted her daughter softly. Ever since she fell sick, Yu has rarely seen her look like a little girl, and she immediately stood on the roof and watched Xiao Yang and the Mu family. Murray's remarks were vaguely stern, causing the 3rd elder of the Due family, Yu and others to frown slightly and exchanged glances, all temporarily choosing to wait and see. Seeing that no one came forward to stop him, Murray Jie was also relieved. As long as these strong men did not stop it, it would be easy to capture Xiao Yang. His eyes turned to Xiao Yang again, and he slowly raised his palm, wanting to order him. Take down. Take him. Murray waved his hand, staring coldly at Xiao Yang in the air, his palm suddenly waved down. As Murray's voice fell, the 3 white-robed old men who were standing in front of Xiao Yang suddenly rose in aura, and the majestic pressure, like a thunderstorm that was about to come, enveloped the entire Yu family compound. The inevitable war is about to break out. Feeling the majestic aura that filled the sky on the 3 old men, Xiao Yang's body quickly retreated more than 10 meters. Only just now did the suffocation in his chest go away, and he looked up solemnly at the 3 white robes. The old man is very troubled. If Dangdang was a powerhouse in the early stage of the 4-star Do Di, Xiao Yang would not be afraid at all, but this shot was 3, so Murray was obviously prepared. The 3 4-star Do Di strong men personally took action against him. This is too much for him, this nameless boy, isn't it? Above the sky, the remaining dozen or so Mu family elites all looked up at the battle situation in the sky. They also felt that it was too much of a fuss about the need to dispatch 3 4-star Do Di elders from the family to intercept Xiao Yang. You know, with the strength of the 3 elders in the sky, it is not difficult to stop even the powerhouses in the middle stage of the 4-star Do Emperor. But this Xiao Yang is only the peak of the 3-star Do D after all. One elder is enough. Why do you need 3 shots? Of course, it is not only the elites of the Mu family who have this idea, but even some of the rich and powerful people in Qingcheng are somewhat inconceivable. This little guy seems to be in a bit of trouble. If these 3 old guys take action, even me, I will be delayed for a while. The third elder looked at the battle situation in the sky and said lightly. When Yang Yuyu also frowned slightly, nodded, turned her head to look at her daughter who was extremely worried about Xiao Yang's safety, and then had some plans in her heart. Old man Su, you not going to make a move? No matter what, Xiao Yang is also an honorary elder of our alchemist guild, right? Bai Ruo suddenly turned her head and smiled at Bai Su. Help is definitely going to help, but I also want to see the limit of this kid. Bai Su said with a smile. Bai Ruo also laughed. He naturally knew that his eldest brother could not help Xiao Yang to solve the crisis at this time. After all, his eldest brother had to see Xiao Yang's limit before deciding something. And other people may be afraid of their Wuching, but Bai Su is not afraid, not to mention his 5-star fighting emperor's strength. When he is the president of the Alchemist Association, even the 5-star fighting emperor can only be respectful, and I heard that Bai Ruo's background seems to be somewhat powerful. Xiao Yang, give it up. You killed Wu Huan and it is an unforgivable crime. You can't blame me for resisting. Murray put his hands behind his back, looked up at the sky, and said loudly. Wuching is really so powerful, but if you want to arrest me, these few people are not enough. The corner of Xiao Yang's mouth twitched and he sneered, his eyes slowly swept around, looking for a good opportunity to solve it, but after a while, he gave up this extravagant hope in disappointment. In terms of experience, they are far more than him. There are almost no flaws in the defense. The momentum that fills the sky even presses his height to a limit. Looking at Xiao Yang who was mocking his words, Murray's face trembled and he let out a slow sigh of relief. He stopped talking nonsense at the moment and slammed his palm down, shouting in a deep voice, "Grab him!" The figure of the 3 elders of the Mu family was suspended in the sky, and the majestic fighting chi filled the sky and the earth, and even the space appeared a little turbulent. Feeling the feeling of immense power that echoes the energy of heaven and earth in the body, an incomparable confidence surged out in the heart of the 3 old men, and in an instant, the hesitation caused by Xiao Yang's unusual behavior was suppressed. A 4-star Do Emperor? Just look at my peak strength as a 3-star Do Emperor. Xiao Yang also looked at the Mu family's 3 elders in the sky, and then a strong fighting spirit permeated out. Xiao Yang, I will let you know today that the dignified imperial pharmacist is just a joke. An elder with a scar on his left eye flashed bloodthirsty in the eyes of the Mu family's 3 elders, and laughed loudly. Looking at the scarred elder who was looking up to the sky and laughing madly, Xiao Yang shook his head, his handprint moved slightly, and chuckled, I Xiao Yang can kill Wu Huan, which makes you all jealous, and naturally I can also destroy you. It's just a bunch of lackeys from Wuching. Xiao Yang also knew that the Mu family had decided to arrest him for martial arts, so he didn't explain it. Strength is often more descriptive. Xiao Yang. Murray was obviously annoyed by Xiao Yang's words, but what Xiao Yang said was true. The Mu family's role in Wucheng was like a thug. 3 mysterious transformations of heavenly fire. As soon as the voice fell, Xiao Yang's handprint suddenly changed, and he uttered a low voice in his heart, and as the low voice fell, the milky white flames in his body quickly spun strangely along the meridians, bursts of violent power. Immediately, it spread out, filling every corner of Xiao Yang's body. Now Xiao Yang's true strength should be around the peak of the 3-star Do Emperor, but with the mystery of Fen Ju and the more tyrannical body of the 3-star Do Emperor's peak, his combat power is comparable to that of 3-star or even 4-star. The Do Di powerhouse is not too much to give up, plus the increase of the 3 mysterious transformations of Qianhua, even the 3 elders of the Mu family in front of him can fight. If you add those powerful fighting skills and strange fires, the effect is enough to rival the powerhouses in the middle stage of the 4-star Do Di. Looking at Xiao Yang whose aura suddenly surged, the 3 elders of the Mu family were stunned at first, and then all shook their heads in disdain in their hearts. Could this be his arrogant reliance? If this is your trump card, Then the three old masters have to tell you that today, as an imperial pharmacist, you will lose everything in front of so many people from Qingcheng. Elder Scar sneered, with a subtle tone in his voice. Threat meaning. Ignoring the other party's sneer, Xiao Yang clenched his hand, and the ancient ruler of eternal fire swept out. The heavy ruler swiped lightly at wool, causing a sharp sound of breaking wind. The heavy ruler suddenly froze, and a silver light suddenly appeared on the soles of Xiao Yang's feet. Immediately, a subtle thunder sounded out, and its body shape suddenly turned into a black line, swept out violently. Seeing Xiao Yang's speed, the three elders of the Mu family were a little surprised. Tilda immediately, they all laughed coldly. Fire attack blocked. The bloodthirsty eyes looked at Xiao Yang, who was plundering. The blood light in the scarred elder's eyes rioted. His fist clenched suddenly, the blood light condensed, and immediately smashed towards Xiao Yang without pretentiousness. This punch doesn't seem to be very cunning, but some are extremely heavy, and under this terrible force, even the surrounding space is distorted, and the pervading air is directly concave. An invisible arc formed, and an invisible air cannon formed above its fist, with a piercing sound resounding through the sky. Wu sounded. Facing Elder Scar's opening attack, Xiao Yang's expression did not change. His body vindictive energy also roared through the meridians like a flood. With his palm tightly gripping the handle of the ruler, a rich milky white flame gushed out quickly, and the heavy ruler was wrapped as much as possible, and immediately, the double-grasped ruler, also without the slightest evasion, directly slammed down the blood-colored fist of the scarred elder. Shong! At the moment when the two were fighting, a loud sound of gold and iron clashing suddenly came out, and it reverberated in the ears of countless people below. Some of the weaker people felt a tingling in their eardrums. In the sky, where they meet, the vigorous energy ripples spread out like water waves in all directions, and the two figures, as soon as they touch each other, suddenly retreat. The surging power from the heavy ruler made Xiao Yang's palm numb. The power of the scarred elder on the opposite side was somewhat beyond his expectations, but the other side seemed to be too much. After stepping back a few steps, the scarred elder stabilized his figure, stared gloomily at the rosy patch above his fist due to the high-temperature burn, and roared in a low voice, "This flame. So strange?" The milky white flame on Xiao Yang's heavy ruler just now was naturally seen by this scarred elder, but he didn't think about that level. After all, holy flames are too rare, but as soon as he came into contact with them, he suddenly discovered that the blood-red energy that the three of them fused together had turned into some emptiness under the burning of the milky white flame. Just now suddenly a shock. Moreover, the milky white flame was not only that, but when the three of them joined forces to attack Xiao Yang, a slightly small flame streaked straight into their hearts. The seemingly small flames just appeared in the hearts of the three of them, which swallowed their fighting spirit and disturbed their minds, so they had to pump their energy to guard against it. With his knowledge, he naturally knows very well that even this blood-red energy is an illusory flame, an absolutely ordinary flame, and in this duty continent, the only one who can do this is the most illusory flame. Only the terrible holy flame can do it. It's not holy flame, the power of holy flame is far more powerful than this flame. Elder Scar was obviously the leader of the three, and he said solemnly after a brief surprise. Seeing that Elder Scar actually suffered a dark loss, the expressions of the two elders after him also sank slightly. They really underestimated this kid. Kaisershim changed, let's do it together and kill him. Elder Scar stared at Xiao Yang with eyes, waved his palm, and said solemnly. Hearing this, the other two elders also nodded. They are cunning, and they naturally know what it means to capsize a ship in a sea. The Elder Scar had already suffered a loss because of his care. It is difficult to guarantee whether this kid still has other cards, so it is better to clean it up as soon as possible. Now that he has made up his mind, the three elders of the Mu family will naturally not have the slightest delay. The three figures flashed out at the same time. In just one breath, they bullied Xiao Yang, and then suddenly dispersed, forming a triangular formation. Surrounded by Xiao Yang. Seeing the three of them act like this, Xiao Yang frowned slightly, and he could clearly feel it. All of his retreats have been blocked by three people, and in this formation, he has no choice but to face the opponent's attack head-on. This Mu family really has some ways, but I don't know why you are willing to be a lackey for Wucheng. A flash of surprise flashed in his heart. Smashed over. Bang! The heavy ruler fell, and a figure flashed out, but it was the scarred elder. At this moment, his palms were enveloped by blood-colored energy, and faintly transformed into a pair of huge bare paws. When Xiao Yang smashed the heavy ruler, he turned out to be directly probing the bear's paw, is to forcefully grab the heavy ruler. His palm twitched, but the heavy ruler did not move at all. Xiao Yang's expression darkened slightly, his mind moved, and a rich milky white flame gushed out quickly, and under the scorching of this strange fire, the huge blood-colored energy bear's palm suddenly emitted. There was a sound of and bursts of white smoke came out, but he was unwilling to relax at all, and suddenly a roar, the blue veins on his arms swelled, and a terrifying force erupted immediately. Kai Ke forcibly grabbed it. The Ihuaheng ancient ruler was forcibly taken away, but Xiao Yang didn't even lift his eyelids. The silver light flashed under his feet, and his body swept out violently, and after images loomed behind him. The Ihuaheng ancient ruler left his hand, and Xiao Yang's aura also skyrocketed. Without the mysterious effect of the Ihuaheng ancient ruler to suppress the fighting chi, Xiao Yang is the real peak at this moment. Such a distance, under Xiao Yang's flickering, almost reached in the blink of an eye. His fist clenched suddenly, the middle knuckle protruded strangely, and immediately slammed into Elder Scar's chest. 8 extremes collapse. When the fist was only half a foot away from Elder Scar's chest, an extremely strong energy suddenly erupted. Under this energy, the air was streaked with a faint trace. The high-pitched sound of tearing, humming, resounded in his ears. It is an 8 extreme collapse. Don't look at this 8-pole collapse is just a fighting skill of Xuanjie, but even the 3 elders of the Mu family in front of them can't detect it when they are distracted and go out to resist the strange flames in the body. Speaking of Xiao Yang's strength at the level of Do Di, the 8 extreme collapses he displayed may sometimes achieve miraculous effects. Bang! At such a distance, the 3 elders were distracted and went out to expel the traces of flames in their bodies, so even the scarred elders couldn't escape, so they could only take Xiao Yang's blow. Terrible strength burst out from the scar's chest. At that moment, a concave shape appeared in the former's chest, and his footsteps also stepped back several steps before he shook his shoulders and forcibly stabilized his body. Shape. Cough, cough, cough. The scar elder also spewed out a mouthful of blood. Kill him for me. Then he said angrily. With one blow, Elder Scar was repelled, and when he retreated, Xiao Yang's brows suddenly wrinkled slightly. With his excellent soul perception, he found that this blow made this Elder Scar's the breath has weakened a lot. Don't look at the strange fire in Xiao Yang's body is not comparable to the holy flame, but it is also the fusion of 23 different fires. The scene that just appeared is that Xiao Yang used the characteristics of nothingness to swallow the flame and the pure lotus demon fire to disturb the 3 elders. In his heart, otherwise Xiao Yang would not have succeeded so easily. The 3rd-ranked Jinglian demon fire has the special effect of purifying all things. As long as anything is stained with it, it will be purified into nothingness. It can even be guided by human emotions and enter the body. Purified into nothingness. The 2nd-ranked void-swallowing flame also has the ability to devour all things. Therefore, the 3 elders had to twitch most of their strength to guard against the sudden flames in their hearts. Thoughts flickered in his heart. Xiao Yang's reaction was not slow. With a low drink, milky white flames rushed out of his body like a volcanic eruption, and in an instant, it solidified into a milky white fire armor on his body. The fire armor condensed, and the strong wind followed, and immediately bombarded the thick layer of fire armor, bursting out a majestic energy that even the space was shaking a little. Suffering such a heavy blow, Xiao Yang groaned from his throat, silver light flickered under his feet, and his figure swept away like a swimming fish. When the elder saw Xiao Yang hit by a punch, he sneered, and instead of chasing after him, he took a step back. "Brother, are you all right?" The 2 of them hurriedly went to Elder Scar and asked. "Cough, cough, I'm fine." "Xiao Yang? You can't escape today." Elder Scar also swallowed a few pills, and then said slowly. "This video will end here.